Today marks 49 years since two car bombs killed 6 Coloradans in Boulder, and to this day, no one was charged in the bombings.
Those killed were involved in the Chicano movement before the explosions. Those activists were fighting for educational equity for Mexican Americans at CU Boulder.
And Denver 7's Angelica Albaladejo shows us how that fight continues today.
A mosaic of tiles laid by hand tell a story.
They were my age when they died. They wanted to be teachers, doctors, and lawyers, and their lives were cut short.
On the CU Boulder campus, this memorial honors a history that still resonates.
Even though it's been almost 50 years, nothing has really changed for us on campus.
Gabi Mejia is a film student at CU Boulder. She knows the story of Los Seis de Boulder well.
Wanted to look for people before me that were dealing with the same things I was dealing with, and Los Seis came up. I could still feel the legacy they left of that activism and fighting for what was right.
In 1974, 2 car bombs took the lives of 6 people and injured a 7th. Like Gabi, many of those who died were part of a student group known as UMAS, United Mexican American Students.
This is where we protest, this is where we gathered and created community.
Before the bombs went off, UMAS had been pressuring the university for financial aid and higher enrollment of Chicanos. The students were occupying the building known as TB1, Temporary Building 1.
They were just fighting for financial aid and space, and they died for it.
After the bombings, no one was ever charged. The FBI called the victims very active militants and claimed the occupation of TB1 and the disagreement between UMAS and the administration was the primary reason for the bomb that exploded. Many in the Chicano community called the investigation a witch hunt and filed a civil rights lawsuit against federal agencies.
They died just trying to fight for equal, and we're still fighting for those same things.
Today, outside of TB1, students like Gabi can reflect on what happened with a tangible reminder of the lives lost.
The real intention was to honor and remember publicly and visibly Los Seis de Boulder.
Jasmine Bates and Selena Jaratovar were art students at CU Boulder when they built this memorial in 2019.
There's such an ahistorical way that you can exist on this campus and cruise through 4 years or however many years you're here without having any sense of what happened here, and that's such a loss for everyone who is here.
Jasmine and Selena brought together hundreds of people to build it.
I believe art can not only share histories that are often ignored, but the way that it brings community people and others together, and to me is a way of healing.
But that healing was almost cut short.
They were going to take it away. It was only temporary, and we had to fight for this to stay here.
Because of the protests, the university agreed to make it permanent.
For me, it's a reminder to stay strong. It's a reminder that people were here before me.
For Gabi, the story of Los Seis is also a reminder that not much has changed.
It's hard, especially in a predominantly white institution. I'm still fighting for financial aid. I'm fighting to be heard and seen. I am fighting so hard that sometimes I have a target on my back, and I've been scared to come to campuses someday because of harassment from other students, for standing up for myself.
But when she walks past the memorial in Temporary Building 1,
it always makes the fight worth it. It's just a reminder that, we're worth the fight.
Reporting from Boulder, I'm Angelica Albaladejo, Denver 7.
And in the 1960s and 70s, the group UMAS, United Mexican American Students, was fighting for parity at CU Boulder. They wanted the number of Chicano students to mirror how many Mexican Americans lived in Colorado. And disparities exist today. About 22% of Colorado's population is Hispanic or Latino. However, only 12% of students enrolled at CU Boulder in 2022 identified as Hispanic or Latino.